Welcome to Reading with Kermie. Chris here, aka Kermie. How's everybody doing this mid-afternoon? It's about 15 minutes of 4. And welcome. I'm just chilling this afternoon, trying to decide if it's important enough for me to go take the bus to town and pick up some more supplies, which I think will happen. But anyway, welcome to Reading with Kermie, and don't stress the small stuff. It's just small stuff, and this is book number 2 of Don't Stress the Small Stuff with your family, which is very, very good tools to share in this book. So I'm sharing them with you. So we are on chapter 8 of this book number 2. Moving right along. And this chapter is called Make Peace with Bickering. Intriguing, is it? We'll see how it goes. Okay. There's nothing quite like a bickering match between siblings to ruin an otherwise peaceful day around the house. Anyone who has experienced sibling rivalry knows exactly what I mean. It was shortly after our youngest daughter. Let me start that over. It was shortly after our youngest daughter's second birthday when one of my friends suggested, "You'd better get used to it," in response to my concern about squabbling that seemed to be brewing. It turns out she was absolutely right. The truth is, if you have more than one child, bickering is a fact of life. Oh boy. The question isn't whether or not bickering will occur, but instead, what is the best and wisest strategy to deal with it? Well, if I had this book when I was a child, yeah, right. But anyway, continuing on. I'm the first to admit that there are times when bickering gets on my nerves in a big way. However, I have found that the best strategy available to parents, grandparents, babysitters, caretakers, anyone dealing with kids and bickering, is to make peace with it, once and for all. I realize this is easier said than done, but what options do you really have? There are 2 excellent reasons for making peace with bickering. The first is that when you struggle against something, anything, it makes whatever you are struggling against seem even worse than it is. Than it really is. For example, if your 2 sons are arguing and you get overly involved, intervene too quickly, or become too reactive, you have to deal with not only fighting kids, but your own reaction as well. High blood pressure, negative thoughts, and agitated feelings. When you struggle against bickering, it's as if you enter the ring with your kids. This makes it easy to blow the bickering out of proportion, which is another way of saying you'll end up sweating the small stuff. The second reason to make peace with bickering is that when you struggle against it, you actually encourage more of the same. In a way, you're sending the wrong message, even acting as a poor role model. After all, how can you be demanding peace from your children when you are experiencing conflict? In most cases, your kids will sense your agitation and reactivity, which encourages each child to see if he or she can convince you to take sides. Your inner struggle or external reaction, further fuel for the fire. Indeed. The good news is the opposite is equally true. When you make peace with bickering, when you accept it as part of the package of parenting, no added fuel is thrown on the fire. In fact, there is a relationship between the degree to which you can stay detached and relaxed and the lesser amount of bickering that you will have to endure. Obviously, there are times when you'll want or have to get involved, and of course, you'll want to guide your children in their journey toward getting along with one another. What I'm referring to irony toward getting along with one another. Wait a minute. Let me start that over, please. I got lost. Obviously, there are times when you'll want or have to get involved, and of course, you'll want to guide your children in their journey toward getting along with one another. What I'm referring to are the ongoing bickering meshes that exist on a day-to-day basis. These everyday normal conflicts are the ones that you want to make peace with. As is so often the case, our acceptance of what is, instead of our insistence that life be what we want it to be like, is the key to a more peaceful life. When you make peace with bickering, you set an example of choosing not to participate or overreact to strife and chaos. My guess is this: if you can become a tad bit more detached from and make peace with normal sibling bickering, your kids will quietly follow suit. Ugh, what a long chapter, but that was a good one, especially for those mothers and fathers out there that deal with bickering kids on a daily basis. That was a good chapter. Me, myself, I don't have kids, but as soon as I was reading that, I was reflecting back to my childhood. I have siblings too, so yes, I'm one of those who know that bickering all too well with siblings. And that's why I said I wish I read that book back when I was young and my siblings and I bickered a lot. But I guess that's all part of it, and making peace with the bickering. I like that. Just accept that it is part of the package. Because I've never been a parent myself, but I've dealt with lots of kids in my life. I've run youth programs. I've took care of the little ones and activities. So I've heard all that bickering before too. And the best way to deal with it is to make peace with the bickering. To just say, hey, that's what's going to happen. And like the book shared, there are times where you have to intervene. You have to change course and what's going on in that moment. But not every time you have to react to it. Just make light of it and know that's going to happen to the best of our days. Oh, I like it. Make peace with bickering. That's a good title, and I'm going to keep that in mind. For the kids that are in my life right now, my adult siblings, it happens. So I'm making peace with it right now and saying, you know what, it's all part of it. It's life. Deal with it. Just move on and do what we got to do. So anyway, on that note, that was a good chapter and good reading with Kermie today. And I hope you guys got something out like I have. And one final words are: make peace with bickering. Love you guys. Peace.